Hey viewers, welcome to episode 1 of my course on Matlab programming. So Matlab, as I said in, kind of the beginning here, or in the previous video. Hey viewers, welcome to my first episode on Matlab programming. I'm going to try to do this live, so there will be some mistakes. Matlab, as I said in the previous video, in the announcement video I guess, is the one programming software that you really need to learn if you want to be an engineer. And it is actually not that hard to learn. The thing is, just like with any other programming language, you need to just keep doing it. You need to solve problems with it. You need to learn how the syntax works, how to do things properly, and for the rest, getting into another language is then pretty easy. So the advantages of Matlab is that it has very good capabilities of showing things, so you can display things very easily, which is not very common in programming languages. It also has the ability to work with matrices very easily, so that is also an advantage. And I'm going to just create a better image here on the webcam. So first of all, when you start Matlab, you only get this left screen, which is basically our console window, whatever. It consists of 3 parts. In my case, you can make more parts, you can make less parts. First of all, we have the current folder and the workspace here. My current folder is, I don't know, this one. It doesn't matter. The workspace is basically a list of all variables that are currently with their value in the memory with their current value. So currently I have a variable a with a value 1, and it only has one value. So minimum and maximum are the same. You can also put matrices in there, and then you would see the minimum and the maximum. Down here is the command history. It says everything that, well, you did since you cleared it. And this is our main source of interest. It is the command window. Basically, you can put commands in here and it will just execute them. So display hello, it says hello. The thing is, you don't really care about that. You don't really want to program in here because it doesn't store anything. I can ask what the value of a is, and then it says a is 1 because currently a is 1. We saw that a was in the workspace and it is currently 1. But the thing is, you want to keep those values. You want to make sure that your program runs in one go and you can actually save it somewhere. Things on the command window cannot be saved. So what you want to do is hit the new button here and you will get this file. Currently I already named it because I had some trouble with that earlier. Not because it was trouble, but I had to search the folder and things like that. And if I put display hello in this and I execute it, then we want to change folder. Then it will say hello. So first of all, the name I gave it is hello.m. The .m is Matlab file. So if I execute this with the play button here, so the run button, which is also F5. I do recommend that you learn that at least. F5 is save and run, basically. It will execute all of the commands here. So if I say AS2 here, and then I say display A, so like this, and then I run it, it will say the hello because I told him to do that first. Then I set A to 2 and I say display A. Because A was already in the memory, it overwrites the value basically. So the A that I had before is now gone, and that's what I said. Things in the command window cannot be saved. This, however, can be saved. It is already saved, in fact. So if I send someone else this file, he will see exactly the same thing, and that is kind of the point. So the things you need to know for now are, because this is really just an introduction, Matlab works just like any other programming language except for Python. Python is kind of an exception to the rule there. Python is basically plain English. You just type plain English and it will interpret it, and it will just executed. It's a very high level programming language. It uses all the underlying layers, which Matlab uses as well, to kind of interpret what you're trying to do. Matlab is a little lower level, which means you have a little more access to the basic commands, but it's not better or worse than any other language. I mean, it's basically the same. It's just that I like, well, as do many engineers, I like the potential that is here. You can basically do anything with it. You can do video, sound, but also whole industrial processes. You can do simulations. You can do basically whatever you can think of. You can do it in Matlab, and you can display it very easily. As I said, it works with matrices very well, matrices and vectors, and it just becomes a very well, useful language to learn, and it is currently the most used in engineering. So I definitely recommend that you give it a look. It is not a free program. Python, for example, would be free. C++ is free. Those kind of free languages, of course, they are good to learn. It's just that, yeah, they aren't used that often because, well, there's no quality control on it, or not that much anyway, so companies really don't trust them too much. For now, we're going to leave it here. Next time we will go a little bit more into syntax and learn our first few well, commands, and yeah, I hope you see you then.